Which is better, the LG Stylo 5 or the iPhone 11? Well, in this video, we're going to find out. Hi everyone, this is Kevin here, coming at you with my comparison between the LG Stylo 5 and the iPhone 11. Now clearly, these two devices do not compete head-to-head on price or specifications or target market for that matter. But the purpose of this video is to show you how a budget phone like the LG Stylo 5 compares to a flagship phone like the iPhone 11. So if you find value in that, then keep watching, and if you don't, then you're welcome to watch one of my 600 other videos on the channel. But I hope you find this video to be interesting and informative. Now this version of the LG Stylo 5 is the factory unlocked version of the phone. This is the LG Stylo 5 with Alexa. Now it retails for $299, which I definitely think is a bit overpriced, that's for sure. But it is the only version of the phone that supports all four major US carriers, including AT&T, T-Mobile, Sprint, and Verizon. So if you do want maximum support with the LG Stylo 5, then you're going to have to go for this version. Now I do recommend that maybe you take a look at what your carrier is offering as far as upgrades go, because you probably can save a lot of money. And the iPhone 11 is currently being offered at a base price of $699, which is this version of the phone right here. Now this phone also will work with all four major US carriers, so with both devices you are getting an unlocked phone with maximum carrier compatibility. Now the LG Stylo 5 features a 6.2-inch display at 1080p with an 18:9 aspect ratio, and the iPhone 11 features a smaller 6.1-inch display with an 828 by 1792 resolution with a 19.5:9 aspect ratio. So you can see holding the bases of these two devices right up against each other, the LG Stylo 5 definitely does have the larger display of the two. And the LG Stylo 5 definitely has a larger form factor. With the Stylo 5, we're getting decently large size bezels on the top and bottom, and there is no notch on this phone. Whereas with the iPhone 11, we do have a notch here at the top, and it is pretty big. So it's really up to you which form factor you prefer, but let me know in the comments which style you like. Do you like having no notch, or would you rather have a notch and maybe get some of the benefits that come along with it? Now the display on the LG Stylo 5 is a lot higher in resolution, and you can definitely tell when holding these two devices next to each other. Maybe the only advantage that comes along with the display on the iPhone 11 is that it does appear to be a bit brighter than the one on the LG Stylo 5. Now up top here on the LG Stylo 5 we have a 5 megapixel front-facing camera, and on the iPhone 11 we have a 12 megapixel front-facing camera, which features the ability to take video at 4K at 60 frames per second. Now the LG Stylo 5 comes with 32 gigabytes of internal storage, with SD card expansion up to 2 terabytes, and with the iPhone 11, you can get this phone in 64, 128, and 256 gigabytes, but there is no micro SD card slot. So with the base models of both phones, you do get double the amount of internal storage with the iPhone 11. Now there's no wireless charging with the LG Stylo 5, but you do get wireless charging with the iPhone 11, and that's definitely a feature that I do like a lot and do use quite a bit with phones that have it. Now with the LG Stylo 5, we get a fingerprint sensor on the back of the device, and it definitely is nice and convenient to use to unlock the phone. This device also features facial recognition, and with the iPhone 11, all we have is Face ID. There is no fingerprint sensor on the back at all. Now Face ID on the iPhone 11 definitely is much more advanced and a lot quicker than the facial recognition on the Stylo 5, so that is something to take into account. Now on the back sides here, there are some pretty big differences with the cameras. So on the LG Stylo 5, we have a single 13 megapixel camera on the rear, and it does not have portrait mode. And the iPhone 11 features dual cameras on the back, with the main camera being 12 megapixels, and the secondary camera also being 12 megapixels, but also featuring an ultra wide angle camera. Now on the front, both phones do feature portrait mode, so with the LG Stylo 5, you only have portrait mode on the front. The LG Stylo 5 features 3 gigabytes of RAM, and the iPhone 11 has 4 gigabytes of RAM. With the LG Stylo 5, we get the Qualcomm Snapdragon 450 processor, and with the iPhone 11, we have the Apple A13 Bionic processor. And in case you're wondering, I did do an Antutu benchmark with both devices here, so you can compare the scores. With the LG Stylo 5, we get a score of 72738, And with the iPhone 11, we get a score of 451115. So a dramatically higher score with the iPhone 11 compared to the LG Stylo 5. And you can see that that trend does continue with the CPU score. So without a doubt, you're getting a much better and more optimized phone with the iPhone 11. But in a little bit, I will be doing a real-world speed test comparison so you really can get a good idea of how much faster this device really is compared to the LG Stylo 5. Now, video recording on the LG Stylo 5 maxes out at 1080p at 30 frames per second, and with the iPhone 11, video recording maxes out at 4K at 60 frames per second. The LG Stylo 5 features a beefy 3,500 mAh internal battery, and the iPhone 11 has a 3,110 mAh internal battery, so a smaller internal battery with the iPhone 11. The LG Stylo 5 runs Android 9 Pie with LG Skin layered over the top, and the iPhone 11 features iOS 13. So those are the specifications of these two devices. In pretty much every department, the iPhone 11 has better specifications. The only thing that's really better about the LG Stylo 5 is that we do get a higher resolution display that is a little bit larger. And if you don't like having a notch on your phone, then you're definitely going to like the LG Stylo 5. Now let's take a closer look at the hardware here. So both phones do feature a metal band running around the sides of them, which definitely is really nice to see. They both feature volume buttons on the left side. On the iPhone 11, we have a mute switch. And then on the LG Stylo 5, we have the slot for the microSD card and SIM card. Then taking a look at the right side of both phones, they both have the power button. Now on the iPhone 11, the power button is also the Siri button. Then on the top of the two devices, on the LG Stylo 5, we have the noise canceling microphone. And on the iPhone 11, we have nothing. Then on the bottom of the two phones, on the LG Stylo 5, we have the stylus, which is a great feature to have that the iPhone 11 doesn't have. We have the speaker. We have the USB-C port for charging and data transfer, we have the microphone, and we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, which is also not found with the iPhone 11. Now on the iPhone 11, we have the speaker, we have the lightning port for charging and data transfer, and we have the microphone. Then taking a look at the back side of these two devices, they both feature kind of a glossy finish, but on the iPhone 11, this backing here is glass. Both phones have the camera module, including the flash. On the LG Stylo 5 with the fingerprint sensor, and then we have the logos for both devices. Now I do like both colors here. I definitely do like this white color on the LG Stylo 5. It does look very nice and sleek. And on the iPhone 11, I'm a fan of this product red color. So if you want to do some charitable giving, then maybe go for the product red. Let's now do a speed test comparison between these two devices. So we're going to start by pulling up the cameras. So 1, 2, 3, go. And it looks like the iPhone 11 was a little bit quicker, but the LG Stylo 5 was also pretty quick. Next, we're going to pull up the web browsers. Now, I'm going to go with the default web browsers on both phones versus doing Chrome as well on the iPhone 11. The reason for that is because most people typically just go with the browser that's pre-installed. So that's my reasoning for not installing and testing Chrome on the iPhone 11. But let's do this right now. So 1, 2, 3, go. And it was near instant on the iPhone 11 and definitely a little bit slower on the LG Stylo 5. Let's now go to yahoo.com. 1, 2, 3, go. And Yahoo is quicker to get pulled up on the iPhone 11. 1, 2, 3, go. And definitely a lot quicker on the iPhone 11. Now, this is certainly no surprise. I was definitely expecting from the beginning for the iPhone 11 to be the faster device of the two. And I really hope it would be, considering how much more expensive it is. But the idea here is for you to see really how much faster the iPhone 11 really is compared to the LG Stylo 5. And is it really worth the extra speed? And that's really up for you to decide. We'll do some scrolling here. Definitely a lot smoother on the iPhone 11, a little bit on the slower side on the LG Stylo 5. Let's go to this article. 1, 2, 3, go. And the article is quicker to be pulled up on the iPhone 11. We'll do a little bit of zooming in. Very smooth on the iPhone 11 and smooth as well on the LG Stylo 5. Now both devices are currently connected to the same Wi-Fi network, and I want to see which device has the quicker Wi-Fi speeds. So we'll give this a try right now. 1, 2, 3, go. And both of them are connecting. And it looks like we are getting faster Wi-Fi speeds on the LG Stylo 5, at least at first, but it looks like the iPhone 11 is catching up. Now the iPhone 11 is ahead, and it looks like the final score is a bit higher for the download on the iPhone 11 with 117 megabits per second versus 90.7 on the LG Stylo 5. And then for upload, it looks like we are getting a final upload score of 7.14 megabits per second on the LG Stylo 5 versus 5.18 megabits per second on the iPhone 11. So the point is that with both phones, you will be getting pretty fast Wi-Fi. I'm actually surprised that it's as low as it is on both phones because I did this test a little while ago when I compared the iPhone 11 to the Galaxy A20, and I was getting over 150 megabits per second on both phones. But maybe the network is a little bit more congested right now. I'm not really sure. I don't really know how that works. I just make videos. So I'm really interested to know your thoughts about the LG Stylo 5 compared to the iPhone 11. Is it worth spending the extra money and getting an iPhone 11? Or are you better off saving your money and going with the LG Stylo 5? Like I mentioned before, the unlocked LG Stylo 5 is definitely a bit overpriced at $299. I think you're much better off going for something else, like the Galaxy A20, or contacting your carrier to see if they can give you a nice sweet deal on the LG Stylo 5, because it's definitely possible. But I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Kevin here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.